This is easily one of the best action games ever. Absolutely. I loved every second of it. It's not bad. I like that it's made by the same company who made Terminator Resistance, but I do prefer Terminator Resistance. But you're not a playable character in that game. I don't care. I'm not the most important character in my franchise. Anyways, back to RoboCop. So, this game is a first-person shooter game, and it takes place at some point after the events of the first movie. I think it takes place after the second movie. I'm not quite sure, though. Well, it kind of depends. Is the old man in the second film? Because in this game, he dies and then becomes a robot at the end of it, who turns out to be the final boss of the game. I really love that this game respected this franchise's source material. Like, it brought back the R rating, something that RoboCop 3 got rid of, which we don't talk about that until it's our time to review it. And they also brought Peter Weller back as RoboCop, which is awesome.
And if I'm not mistaken, Peter Weller is the only cast member from the original film who came back to reprise his role as his character for this game.
Which I guess is understandable because some of them unfortunately passed away and some of them might be too old for their roles. But Peter Weller, despite his age, he still got it. Indeed. And I also love that he brought back the iconic quote, "Dead or alive, you are coming with me." I'm still supposed to be the one with the iconic quotes. I also as well love how the gameplay looks. The gameplay looks amazing. Especially the action, the shooting, killing the enemies. Fantastic. And the gore made it even better. I also like the inclusion of the feature where you can pick someone else's weapon and use it as your own, as well as using RoboCop's gun. I like that. Yeah, but the difference is, RoboCop's gun has infinite ammo. The other guns do not.
You can even upgrade RoboCop's gun as well, which is pretty cool.
Now, when it comes to the main villain, I think the main villain was a very interesting villain because, you know one of the thugs who killed Alex Murphy in the first movie, Emil Antonowski? Well, the main villain of this game is actually his brother, Wendell. Wendell was definitely a threatening villain, especially when he took over OCP, well, at least controlling over their robots, the OCP robots, like the Ed 209s and stuff. Speaking of which, we even as well get to have a boss battle with an Ed 209, which looked awesome. Actually, there are 2 boss fights against an Ed 209. The OCP also created new robots called the EUDs, I think. Robot soldiers, I assume. They look like Terminators.
Yeah, they kind of do look like Terminators a little bit. Except their heads don't look like skeletons.
Another thing you can do in this game is police work and detective work, which makes a lot of sense because RoboCop is obviously a cop. And also, you know RoboCop's main objectives being serve the public trust, protect the innocent, and uphold the law? Well, in this game, you can actually do all of those things, which is awesome. This game really respected the franchise's source material. I really appreciate that. Anyways, I think that'll be it for the review. I'm gonna rate this game a 10 out of 10. And guys, stay tuned for our next review for The Death Road to Canada. What's that? I don't know. It's a video game someone requested us to review. That's all I can say. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like. But if you like this channel, please subscribe. See you next time.